What is going on, you guys? Alex here with Sportline, bringing you another Tesla video. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Model 3 Model Y CarPlay compatible steering wheel screen. This is going to be compatible with Tesla Model 3 and Model Y. It's going to add a lot of functionality to these cars that did not come with an additional screen behind the steering wheel. The screen is going to be steering wheel controlled as well as touch screen controlled. It's going to have Apple CarPlay compatibility as well as Android Auto. You're going to be able to control apps on your phone like your music to your maps, as well as have all that information displayed in front of you, including information about the car like your current speed, battery charge, estimated range, and tire pressure. Today we're going to be installing this on our Tesla Model Y, so let's go ahead and jump into the install. First thing we're going to do is remove the trim panels on either side of the dash with a trim tool and our hands. These simply unclip, and then we're going to unclip the dashboard and fully remove it from the car. Alright, so I've taken the dash and just moved it to a table so we can work on getting the screen mounted up. So as far as locating where the screen is going to go on the dash, we're going to use these holes in the dash as a reference. We're also going to be passing the wiring through these holes from the top side. So if our screen is sitting like this, it's going to end up like this when we're working upside down. So our red wire is going to be the first wire that's going to pass through one of these slots. Starting at the far left-hand side, this is going to be number 1, and we're going to count over 26 holes, and that is where our first wire is going to go through, and that's going to help us locate this dash. So our red wire is going to be the first wire here to go through. And it's going to go right through that 26th hole, and then the others will just fall right in line along here. So I'm going to take this black one and put it in the hole directly next to the red. So now we should have something that looks like this. Now we can go ahead and put the screen into position. So the square tabs coming down off the screen will actually drop into these square holes in the dash. And there's some holes in the bottom of the tabs on the screen that now we're going to use this bracket and run some screws through to finally attach it. So I'm going to go ahead and put this bracket and screws on, and then I'm going to take this back into the car real quick and test fit it up and make sure our screen is where we want it. The nice thing about this is we do have some flexibility on where we mount our screen for personal preference. So I'm going to go ahead and pass all of our wiring through the slot in the bracket here. And then we'll take the supplied screws and washers and start lining them up and get the dash fastened down. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and kind of set this in position and make sure we like where the dash is sitting. All right, I'm gonna pop this back up now so we can complete our wiring, and then we'll be finished with the install. So I'm just gonna let the dash sit like this, kind of flipped up, so we can access all of our wiring. All right, so I'm gonna grab the wiring harness that came with the screen, and we're just gonna start matching up our colors here. So we're gonna go red to red, black to black. We've got a yellow to yellow. There's a blue wire coming out of the dash that we're not going to use. And then the remaining smaller brown wire here is going to connect to our included GPS unit. So once you have all your wires connected, we're just gonna loosely run them along the edge of the dashboard here, coming over towards the passenger side. And we can drop the far end of our wiring harness where it has the two white plugs. We can just drop that down in the passenger side floorboard for right now. And I wanna get some of these wires here kind of cleaned up and either zip tied or taped together. So we're gonna go at the very front edge here, and this is gonna ensure we don't block any airflow. And we're gonna use some of these slots that are in the dash at the front edge here to run our zip ties and secure our wires. All right, here's what we ended up with. Going along the front edge of the dash. I bundled up the extra GPS wire and I went ahead and mounted it here. All right, and over here on the passenger side, you want your wiring to be coming out right about here in between these two clips. And then it's just gonna end up running down inside this channel. So at this point, we can go ahead and snap down all the clips on our dash. All right, we can now reassemble our trim on the passenger side here. All right, now there's only one connection to be made at the bottom here. So we're gonna go in the passenger side footwell, and we need to remove the trim panel up underneath the dash here. There's gonna be 4 push pins, plastic push pins that we're gonna remove and pull this trim panel down. Alright, so this is extremely difficult to show on camera, but once we have that lower trim panel in the passenger side removed, we're going to look up and we'll see our infotainment computer here, and you're going to notice a long white plug closest to you on the left, and then one further down on the right with a gray plug going into it. What we're going to need to do is unplug that gray plug from the computer, and we're simply just going to tap in using our 2 white plugs on the new wire harness. So the gray plug we removed from the factory computer will go into the female end of the new plug on our harness, and then the male end of that plug will simply plug back into the computer. Once you do this, your wiring is completely finished and your new dash should power up along with the center screen. Alright, I can already see upon plugging that in that our dash has come on. So now I'm just going to replace our lower trim panel here on the passenger side, and we'll be done with the install. Stay tuned to the T-Sportline YouTube channel for an upcoming video that covers all the settings to set up the dash, as well as going through the extensive list of features that this dash can do. Alright, so that's going to do it for us today on our install of the Model 3 and Model Y steering wheel screen. If you have any questions about what we did today, make sure to leave a comment down below. We'd be happy to help. If you want to check this out for yourself, you can do that at tsportline.com. If you found this video helpful, make sure to leave a like, and if you're not already, subscribe and hit the bell to be notified whenever we post new videos. We've got lots more Tesla videos coming very soon. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.